My name's Jesse Hackett. I am a musician, multi-instrumentalist and producer, and I'm one half of Teeth Agency, my art and music project with Mariano Chavez, who's based in Chicago. Yeah, it's basically functioned as a remote project for 3 years now. Me and Mariano met under quite unusual circumstances, I guess. I acquired a piece of art, or a medical antique, from him, which was a dental phantom, a 1930s aluminium head.
You know, it's kind of funny that I met Jesse via dental phantom. The collection parallels what I do and informs what I do, and it's interesting, you know, sometimes you don't know why you're attracted to certain things, and it's interesting how it connects to other people. And it's funny that we have Teeth Agency now, which, you know, started out with objects and started out with sculpture. It started with the Phantom, but now we've been doing this for a little over 3 years.
Yeah, linking up with Mariano, kind of getting a few projects rolling, we decided to form Teeth Agency, which also fit quite nicely with his agent gallery, Teeth Agency. I don't know, the two things sort of seemed like a nice fit. Yeah, I'd started designing these bits of teeth-inspired jewellery quite a few years back. The name just came from the dental phantom piece and the shared interest in vintage dental equipment, medical antiques, macabre objects and artifacts, anonymous, mysterious, kind of secret agent vibe. Agency, Teeth Agency. I thought it was a good pairing of two words, and Teeth Agency was born from that. Anon. At the time of writing that song, I was hanging out with Eska a lot, who sings across the whole Teeth Agency You Don't Have to Live in Pain record. We had a conversation about just how, like, you know, in a lot of the spiritual church music, you'll just get anonymous composer, anonymous songwriter. That idea of anonymous art, of art for art's sake, songs that stand the test of time because of their kind of spiritual intention and their message and their meaning, that are like selflessly composed.
You know, I walk in these spaces I've been to hundreds of times, and I don't even know how I got here. I don't even know why I did some things I was compelled to do, and I just had to realize them and make them real. That's what brought me to Chicago. I just was in Texas, and I just thought I have to get out of here. I was sitting on the railroad tracks, and I said, that's where I gotta go, and I've been here since 1 week out of high school, and finally got this studio space set up where I can just live and work. We were showing each other our collections and things that we had interest in. I'd send an image and he'd send one back. And it's like, nice prison toilet. Nice phantom. Check out this sculpture that I made. I used a snake shed. And then he'd send something back and say, oh, check this out. And, Metal Prayer started that way. We focused in on an object and we've expanded it and we've made music to it and we've done books. It just keeps going. These objects resonate in a way with my work. And sometimes sculpture is the same way. It's very demanding. You spend 6 months on a thing that may fail, but you have to see it happen and you have to realize it and you have to see that failure or that success. It's just a meditative practice, It's sometimes you think you're crazy. That's always a good thing. If you don't always know why or should you be doing that, or you're scared, you look at what came before you and you try to figure out the connection there.
These many people that you are becoming my new friends.
Yeah, it's a kind of love song, really. It's like these many people that you are all becoming my new friends. It's a gift from you to be used wisely, a gift from you to be held inside. It's just a kind of bit of a prayer, a bit of a homage, a bit of a kind of seeing into somebody's soul and seeing like many people inhabiting a person's kind of soul, and as you're getting to know them, you're becoming friends with all these different people that exist within them that will make up who they are. And you're befriending all these people one by one as you kind of gently kind of fall in love, basically.
Precious songbird, just so much more. Precious songbird, just so much more.
You Don't Have to Live in Pain. That was a title that Mariano came up with, the album cover, which was taken from a picture of this young kid in the 50s, somewhere in the Midwest of America, who He'd been collecting tarantulas and I think selling them as a means to make money during his summer holidays, but was covered in these spiders, you know, these big tarantulas, looking quite James Dean-like, quite handsome in that sort of 1950s kind of look. The title, You Don't Have to Live in Pain, we just rehashed that for the album cover and just put my face. Yeah, it fits nicely, like I'm trying to live my life, not living in pain, you know.
It just keeps going. We just don't stop. We don't care. We're not too precious or hung up on ideas where we just want to see, we want to materialize what we're thinking. That's what kind of keeps this project going. Old ideas, shelved ideas, we dig them back out, we work on them again.
The music book art object, yeah, it's just a way how to integrate just the art magazine book format with the album release. Yeah, it was just that idea of looking at a book whilst listening to a piece of music, just thinking about different ways how to present projects, an attempt at kind of marrying up the two worlds to make something tangible, physically collectible.
It's like, oh, let's make a book, Outhouse. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's see what that looks like. How about something that's a little darker? Let's do the Lizard's Garden. Hey, Chucky's weird. Why don't we do something with Chucky? Yeah, let's just go full raw on that. Violent and sexual. You know, let's make a calendar. We'll call it Funeral Suites. Unfortunately, too many people died that year. Well, let's make a compilation of everything we've done. Let's just see everything in one book, year one. That's how it evolved, and albums came out, and we did Metal Prayers, and, you know, worked through the pandemic, did stuff with Stone's Throw. Put out this book, we took older ideas, expanded those. That's where we're at now. You know, evolving. We're still defining things and dissolving things.
Just keep growing, keep learning, keep expanding, get out of the comfort zone, you know, be challenged by people that you're working with Nyege tapes. Definitely took me out of the comfort zone into a more extreme, dark realm of sort of brooding, moody, soundtracky, African dystopian sort of sludge music. They helped me to hook up with people. I met Otim Alpha, who I became friends with, and then I brought along my old friend Lord Tusk. He's an interesting producer from London. We took Mariano's piece called Ghost, which is all made from snake shed, and we decided that would be a strong visual prompt to take to Uganda to have set up in the studio.
When we started working on Metal Prayers, like the original idea was the snake woman figure, but then, you know, wrote this sort of poem script, sort of a template to work off of, you know, that was a dialogue with a couple of friends, and it was very dreamlike and surreal, and somehow got lost during the whole process. I like it because, you know, a lot of other people got involved, and it really, I mean, the core of the idea was there. You know, everybody had a different perspective, and, you know, at a certain point too, we had to send Denim back. He helped us shoot a lot of the footage with Otim Alpha, and, you know, we really wrapped it up that way. But, you know, it's definitely one of those projects that just worked, and everything and everybody in it just clicked.
The whole thing was just an experiment. What was meant to be 2 or 3 weeks turned into 6 weeks, and from those recordings and the visual bits and pieces that we filmed out there, we formed the Metal Prayers project. Yeah, I think it was a bit of a jump into like a slightly unknown territory.
Aquele papaya. Awubetika bino. Timana vya awubetiyo. Awubetika bino. Pepa. Akelu. Pepa. Awubetika bino. Pepa. Akelu. Pepa. Awubetika bino. Pepa. Akelu.
cool. So this was number 1 release on Yege Tapes, prelude to the main album, Deluge side A, The Praying Well side B. I think it's like a 40-minute piece.
I remember looking at an old sketchbook that I had that was years old, and I was going through it, and it had a little note in it that said that I should make this, snake shed mask, and it was an idea for it. I thought that's kind of an interesting idea. I'll do it. I wanted to do it. So I made this mask, and then I felt like I opened some kind of portal. I thought about, what if I put these in this resin block? Ended up making them into these golden masks, and I really dug up something that was buried, and I really pushed it, and now they've evolved into this project. And what we do is the same way. I think we're mining sort of the unknown, and I think that you'll hit something at some point, but it's important to just keep digging, and I think that that's kind of our philosophy.
.432 Plus. This is the latest one on Yege Tapes, limited edition cassette. And essentially all of the music was created from chopped up, deconstructed Niger Afrobeat pop anthems. Phase of Folk is another song I wrote with Eska, utilising the red square box guitar that my dad Bill Hackett, that he made. It's a Hackett special, isn't it? It's got a fake Indian version of a Gibson open pickup called a Gibson that actually stays in tune. Phase of Folk was inspired kind of through using that instrument. Comes from like my interest in like Eastern music, Greek music, certain kind of scales like more Arabic, psychedelic, stoner doom, garage rock sort of vibes.
The sickle wishing for my doorway. Way down among the face of food.
The beginnings of Teeth Agency were a light, collaborative, getting to know each other's visual palette back and forth, and has evolved into, its own full-time job, really. We've got 2 full albums right now in the works, audiovisual work that we were going to debut that we had to put on hold. That's kind of been our vision, is to bring all these elements together into a live show. And, I've always wanted to do that, and it's just interesting to have that opportunity and have like-minded artists and, directors and animators, helping us achieve that vision. So I would say that the future of Teeth Agency will be a more visceral live experience. We really hope to get that rolling this year.